Welcome to Profound Frivolity. We're your hosts, Dustin,
Oren,
and Gray.
And in this podcast, we're going to be telling stories that you didn't know you wanted to hear.
So grab a drink.
And some good and plenty.
Because this is Profound Frivolity.
Welcome back to another episode. We're your hosts, and today we're going to be talking about our families.
Yay! I think everyone has had at least one moment where they wanted to either strangle or slap their family.
I have.
And if that's just me,
okay,
well,
I slapped my sister once.
Oh. In the face?
I'm sorry, sister. I did slap her once. I was like 7.
You'd go to jail for that, kid.
He was 7!
Yeah, I was still.
I've slapped my brothers more than once.
Well, anyway.
I slap my brothers on a regular basis.
Anyway, so, I will go first. This actually happened very recently. Me and my 3 brothers were staying at Dustin's house while my parents were basically having a staycation just by themselves. Cause
it's pretty much a lazy person's vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't want to drive somewhere?
Well, I mean, like, they didn't want to spend money to go to a hotel if they have a perfectly good house, you know?
I guess.
You know, and then you sleep better because you're in your own bed, and, you know, it's, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I grew up in Colorado, so my version of a vacation is going camping, like, in the middle of the woods, and you're sleeping on rocks. And
yeah, you're so tough.
You hear things in the
Wow.
woods. Well, no, I mean, I was, like, 6.
Well,
but, like, I guess I have very high standards for vacations, which might not be a good thing, but, like, my family usually always delivers, so.
For me, a vacation is just not school, so.
yeah, honestly.
I mean,
that's
yeah.
all I need. Like,
I'm about to go on vacation to Colorado, but I'm gonna have to do school. That's what I'm doing a lot this week. Yeah.
Okay, so, anyway, I am sharing a room with my youngest brother. He's around 4. He's almost 5, but...
He's a baby.
He's a little baby. No. He is not a toddler anymore, but he's not, like... I mean, I wouldn't even really qualify as him, like, as a kid. He's, like, between toddler and kid, because, like, he walks and talks...
The twilight zone of childhood.
Coherent
Yes.
sentences, but...
But, you know, he still, like, bursts into tears when he doesn't get his talking pajama mask.
But
action
so
figures.
does...
I mean, so do I.
Yeah.
Like,
so
to this day, when you don't give me my talking pajama masks action figures, I will cry.
You're saying PJ masks?
PJ masks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pajama figures?
I was
Pajama
hearing
figures?
pajama masks.
No, he was saying pajama
Pajama
masks. PJ masks.
Yeah, that's what.
So he's not like a kid, but he's not a toddler. He's like in between, so he can still. He's like he can talk to you and stuff. Okay, so I'm sleeping in the guest room with my little brother, who's sleeping on this little like trundle bed, and you know, what's funny is all throughout the night, we both, me and my little brother, are kind of like tossing and turning. And at one point, I sneeze once. And he goes, "Stop sneezing." And I'm like, "I only sneezed once." And I was like, "Just go to bed." And then, you know, I'm laying there, and then all of a sudden, he sneezes. And I'm like, "Stop sneezing." And he's just like, you know. So we're just kind of like messing with each other the whole night. We got nothing better to do. We couldn't sleep very well, but anyway. So I because I can't sleep, I end up getting up out of my bed, and I walk across the room to where, like, the closet is, and the door is, like, cracked, and like, the light's on for him. So I'm sitting there, and I start doing, like, homework. And he like, sits up, and he asks me what I'm doing. So I turn around, and I tell him, like, I'm just writing some stuff down, you know, blah, blah, blah. And because it's dark, and he's across the room, I can't really see anything, so I don't notice a very important detail. And I'm like, you know, lay back down and go to bed, you know, good night. And so, like the good little boy he is, he tries to lay back down, but that is when something happens.
Man hiding underneath your bed grabs and pulls him under.
He tries to lay back down, but he slams the back of his head against the wall and kind of slides the rest of the way down. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" I get up and I go over to him, and that's when I notice the very important thing that I hadn't noticed is he's wearing a superhero mask. It's the middle of the night, and he can, like, barely see anything out of it because the eye holes are so small. And, I know I'm a terrible human being, but I thought that was hilarious. He was, like, laying in bed wearing this felt superhero mask and had, like, slammed his head on the back of the wall because he couldn't see anything. And so I literally went across the room back to where I was doing homework, and I laughed for like 5 minutes straight. It was just so funny, and I know I'm terrible, but it was really funny. Just imagine him like laying in his bed with this like.
Did he take it off after that?
I literally made him. I was like, okay, you can have that in the morning, but I didn't want it to like. I know I was like a mom, but I was like, what if it like goes around his neck and like, or like suffocates him? I don't know. So yeah, I made him take it off.
Such a mom thing.
I
Worrying
know.
that your siblings will suffocate.
Okay, so speaking of moms and suffocation,
all right.
You know that thing all of our parents used to tell us when we were like that age? Don't put a plastic bag over your head or you're gonna suffocate and die. You know?
Yeah.
My mom never really taught us that because like.
She's cool.
We were smart enough to take plastic bags off our heads. Like I get it when like you're not either strong enough to like lift your arms up or like
what?
Like when you're like a baby and like.
Well, if you can't lift your arms up to take
how
it
are you gonna
off,
put it on your head?
I don't know. Somebody puts it on your head or something. I don't know. Like you roll over onto a plastic bag. Okay, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
You fall into a bag.
Yes, you're like trying to get a Walmart and they like throw you in the bag.
Yeah,
no.
totally.
Oh
yeah.
I for some reason I thought it was so funny that people would get so scared when I put a plastic bag over my head.
He's gonna die
Because all my friends, and this is like a long time ago in like Colorado, and they're all like, dude, you can't do that. Like, you're gonna die. Like,
I know.
You're gonna suffocate. I'm
that
like,
was one of those weird things where it's like, it's a death sentence.
yeah, it's like, no, I can take it off my head. Like,
yeah.
I'm just holding it, like, open over my neck, and I'm breathing and stuff. And they're like, no, man, you're gonna die. They're like, all right, see you later, Dustin. We'll catch you later. And I just, like, take it off, and they're like, oh, my goodness, he survived. Wow, And I remember this one time, I think it was you, when you lived in Austin. You were telling us a story about how you pranked your dad by putting plastic wrap over a doorway. And then he walked into it, and one of your friends go, did he die? And we were like, no. And she was like, but he walked through plastic. Did he go to, like, he couldn't breathe? And you were like, no, he just took it off his face. And she was like, that makes a lot of sense. Imagine someone there just like with plastic on their face. They're like, I can't breathe, and they're just not taking it off.
She just probably thought like face plus plastic equal die. Yeah. And so I was like, oh my gosh, his face touched plastic. Did he die? Like, and no, he didn't die.
I mean, some people do actually suffocate from plastic bags and stuff.
Really sad,
but like when I was a kid, I just thought it's kind of dumb, and I'm gonna make fun of you because I made fun of your friend.
Yeah,
for like a long time.
Did he die? Like no, he didn't die. He just took it out of his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can see you just making fun of this little girl because she thought my dad died because plastic touched his face.
Yeah. Also, you said you meant it for your mom, but your mom was so short she walked right underneath it and didn't realize.
Yes, that is actually true. I remember it. It was April Fool's Day, and my mom is 5'2", and my dad is 6'3", and my mom walked right underneath it. And what's good is it didn't even brush her head, so she couldn't have like reacted to it. So my dad, and he like walked right out behind her and just. And it like what happened? He died. It like unstuck from the doorway and like wrapped around his face and like taped it in the back because the tape came off of the doorway. And for a moment, he was like, "Whoa!" And my mom just like, and I'm like laughing at him. Yeah.
I remember one time I put butter on the toilet seat for April Fool's Day.
I've done like
and
spray, cooking spray.
I hear somebody in the bathroom go, Mom, the toilet seat's all greasy. And we made a rule that you were not allowed to do that ever again. I'm just glad.
Remember our 3 house rules. No staying up too late, don't play video games for too long, and no butter on the toilet seat.
Imagine you get that, like, on a poster, like, on the wall.
Yes.
3 house rules. Love your family. Don't be mean. No butter on the toilet seat.
Yes.
I need a t-shirt that says that or something.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Dude.
Our next merch.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'll go again with a legit story this time.
Okay.
So, okay, so picture this. My house, right? There's a hallway in the upstairs. If you turn left from the stairs and you're walking down the hallway, you turn left, that's me and my older brother's room. Mm-hmm. You go straight, that's my younger brother's room. You turn right, that's the bathroom, okay? So, if you shut the bathroom door, my brother's door shuts. Mm-hmm. No, sorry, if you open the bathroom door, because the air pressure in the rooms, because they're all connected by this hallway that goes through my bathroom, then through the shared bathroom.
A vent system.
No, well, because, like...
Just they have a lot of doors, and they're all leading to all the other doors.
Yeah, so, like, if you go into my bathroom, then there's a sliding door that goes into the shared bathroom. Then if you go through that, then it's my younger brother's bathroom. Then through that, it's to their room. Okay. So if you if you open my bathroom door really quick, it shuts their bedroom door. Because of the air pressure in the room, right? And that freaked us out. And if you shut my bathroom door, then it shuts their door. Or no, opens it. I can't remember. Okay, but anyway, that's besides the point. The point is that if you do something to my bathroom door, their door closes. Or opens. Yes.
Cause and effect.
So,
yes.
Picture this. I am like 11, and my younger brothers are younger than me. Obviously.
Wow.
They're like 7 and 10 or something like that. So we're all just playing Legos in the room, right? When their door shuts. Just like, it just shuts. And we're like, that's a little sketchy. I'm not going to check it out. How about you guys? Nope. Because we're all, pretty young and
wimps,
scared of everything. So we're like, okay, we're just going to continue to, play Legos. We shift our bodies so we're kind of facing the door, so you can see what's going on.
Yes, if the murderer walks in.
You can chuck Legos under his feet.
Yeah. Which is lethal,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Almost as lethal as plastic bags.
Yeah.
So then the door opens. But nobody's there. So we're like, oh no, we're gonna die. There's a ghost in the room, or whatever, So at that point in time, there was this giant TV in the room that was sitting on the ground. I think we played, like, Nintendo on it, like the really old one. So we all... Our first instinct is to grab blankets, cover ourselves with them, and hide behind the TV. Okay? But the TV isn't big enough for 3 children to hide behind it. So we're all kind of fighting for dominance behind the TV.
Yeah.
Like, pushing each other and, like, just trying to get the most cover as possible. And, like, we're peeking out, and the door's, like, opening and closing, and we're all freaked out. And, the other door's opening and closing. And my younger brother's like, oh no, I saw something in the room! Oh no! And we're all screaming, and, like, he's just saying things. And then my youngest brother, it's like placebo effect, and he's like, oh, I saw something too. And I'm just, like, close to tears. Like, I am just
You're
so
fearing for your life.
Scared, because I'm like, they're seeing things! And the doors are opening and closing.
Yeah.
So I'm just huddled behind this blanket when I hear somebody walking up the stairs, and I'm like, it's over. My life is over. And then my mom pops up in the hallway, and she's like walking down to like see what the commotion is, and we're just like, we are so overjoyed to see her, but we don't run to her because we know if we like cross through the room, somebody's gonna get us. So we wait till she gets all the way into the room before we like uncover ourselves and go up to her. And to this day, that door still freaks me out. Oh, like, my younger brother...
Close to tears.
Well, I was.
Well, you just associate traumatic experiences with it, even if you know nothing bad will come of it.
Yeah. And, like, to this day, my brothers will be trying to, like, go to bed, and I'll, like, slam my door open, and their door will, like, slam shut, and I'll hear, like, yips, like, ah! And they'll be like, ha, ha, ha. I have the power. Now it's, like, something in our family, like, I mean, more for, like, me and my 2 younger brothers, but...
Yeah. One time, we were home alone, me and my 2 older brothers. Well, only one of them's older than me, but the two... I've got 3 brothers, 2 of them are younger than me. 1 of them is older than me.
You said my 2 older brothers.
Yeah, my 2...
Well, actually, only 1 of them is older than me.
No, but out of the 3, my 2 older brothers.
Oh, yes.
Brothers that are older than the 3rd, who is younger.
Yes. Math.
Not really, but
yes,
anyway.
Math.
We were home alone, and one of the... You know how... This is weird, but you know how sometimes paintings will kind of, like, make, like, a buzzing noise? Like... Because they'll, like, somehow, like, the wall will be vibrating for some reason, and, like, the paint will make,
yeah. It like...
And it's, like, super weird.
It, like, vibrates against the wall. Because, like, your house is moving a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super random and weird, and I still don't really understand it, but that was happening. We were downstairs, and it was upstairs, and we heard, like, a buzzing noise upstairs, and then what ended up happening was, like, the painting fell off the wall or something. I probably had hung it and done a terrible job, and that's why it fell off the wall. This was, like, years ago. And so, we hear that, like, a bzzz, and then me and my brother kind of, like, there's something upstairs. And then, also, when the AC turns on in my room, the little vent on the ceiling is pointed towards the door, so the door kind of closes a little bit. So, like, we hear, like, the buzz, the slam, and then, like, the door creak. And we're like, oh my gosh, there's someone upstairs. And, like, my mom is gone, and, like, my brother is, like, I don't know, going to the bathroom or something. And so it's, like, me and my older brother,
Yes.
And so we're just like, oh my gosh, there's someone upstairs. Like, what do we do? Oh, should we call Mom? Oh, should we get my older brother? Like, we're, like, freaking out. And, we hear the door creak again, and we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna die. And then, he's like, you should go upstairs and check it out. And I'm like, what?
This isn't a horror movie where, like, I go into the basement after hearing, like, a growl.
Like,
I sure hope I don't run into all those chainsaws hanging from the ceiling.
I know, it's like, oh my gosh, there's someone upstairs.
Decor.
Let's go upstairs where the person is, because that's logic,
No,
right?
you run out of the house.
So what did I do? I went upstairs.
Of course you did. Because in the moment, you're like, no, don't do that, you're so dumb. Like...
Yeah, but then also you're like,
also,
I'm gonna do it,
but, like,
in
the moment, you're like, well, this is kind of, like, the only way. Because, like, your instincts kick in, and you're like, nothing, there's probably nothing upstairs.
I know. And then besides, I'm gonna have to go upstairs sooner or later to, like, go to bed, so I might as well do it now than, like,
Then go to bed.
Just, like, get it over with. So, like, I creep upstairs. And my brother's, like, at the bottom of the stairs, and I keep, like, looking back, and he keeps, like, giving me, like, thumbs
you
up.
Got
he's
it.
Like, you can do it. And I'm just like,
oh, we probably should have tied a rope around your ankle. Like, whatever.
So, like, I'm going up the stairs, and, like, I get to my bedroom door, and I, like, open the door, and it makes, like, and of course I'm like, and then my little brother's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. And I open the door, and I see the painting on the floor, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm stupid, and you're stupid, and we're both mutually stupid. And
you should have just screamed and fallen on the ground.
I should have. And
I wonder what he'd be like, oh, no!
Yeah, would he have gone upstairs for me? I don't know. Probably not.
He lit the house on fire and ran out of the building, leading
with
to
my brother still in the bathroom. Yeah,
Yes.
no. And then, I realized that, we were both being stupid, and then my brother comes out of the bathroom, and he's like, what were y'all doing? And I was like, well, we almost died, so, The painting almost killed us, So that's fun.
Yeah. We're gonna be right back, and, yeah. Welcome back from the break, and now we're gonna hear a story from Oren.
Yay! Okay, so basically, me and my siblings, I don't know, I feel like in comparison to a lot of other kids, and my mom will disagree, but just from experiences that I know we've had, and that other people have had, as kids, they didn't do stuff that was as dumb as us. Like, nothing we did was super radical, we just didn't think things through a lot, so it just led to lots and lots of dumb stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, so a ball pit, right? Yeah. It's so fun. Mm-hmm. Imagine that, but if it was, like, cotton balls, right? So it's really soft. And if you saw that as, like, an 8-year-old kid with your siblings and cousins, in this case, you're like, whoa, that looks
It'd
so
be like
cool.
jumping into a pile of clouds.
Yeah,
like,
or snow, but not cold.
You're like, yeah, the rest of the day's booked for me.
It was perfect. So we were at our cousin's house, and we go upstairs, and there was this one room in their house full of the magical cotton balls. They were pink cotton balls, and they were so fluffy, and they were like up to your waist. It was awesome. And what did we do when we first noticed that? We jumped right in. It was so cool. Turns out, insulation is super fun to play in. So we did that for about, like, an hour. Just at their house.
Goodness.
Rolling around in insulation. Going under it entirely.
Oh my gosh.
And pretending to swim through it. Making insulation balls and throwing them at each other. It was so fun. And then we have to go. So our parents call us downstairs. And we just get down there like, Mom and Dad, it's so cool. Upstairs there was this pink stuff in the closet, in the attic. And we were swimming around in it.
Oh
and
my gosh.
We go back up and we show it to them. You know, and they panic, obviously. And almost immediately after, all of my siblings and both of my cousins that were with me, I think I only had one sibling at the time. I don't even remember. But they start itching uncontrollably. I'm perfectly fine, despite the fact that I was like the one going under and getting it thrown at me. But I was entirely fine. Not itchy at all. But my siblings, for like days, were so miserable.
Oh my
it was like
God.
being sick.
Yeah, but like worse.
That's terrible.
But I was completely fine.
Wow.
That's what
We have the stuff in our attic is yellow, but it's basically the weird microfiber fluffy stuff that's basically just a bunch of like really really thin pieces of glass, kind of.
Yeah,
And they
that's
just
what
poke you all
this
over.
stuff was.
Yeah. Exactly.
We have it's called what's it called again?
Insulation.
No, like the stuff they make insulation out of.
Fiberglass?
Yeah, fiberglass.
Yeah.
But then what was weird is that later we moved into our new house, and in our backyard there was a ton of gardening stuff, and there were these like industrial sinks sort of that weren't hooked up to anything; they were just there, but they were made of fiberglass, but they were really old. I so much as grabbed the edge of one to turn it on, and within minutes my hand is really itchy. And I immediately think back to that, and I'm like, what happened? It's so weird.
I lost my superpower.
I can't swim in fiberglass anymore.
I thought that if you touched fiberglass insulation, like you would stay itchy forever.
Oh, yeah.
And like that part of your body would just be red, like, and you would just itch it forever.
Yeah.
So like when my dad was doing stuff in our walls and stuff,
You panicked.
I was
Oh
like,
my God.
oh no.
I have to set up a quarantine zone.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was bad. And I have another really short story. Same cousins.
Man.
We had a blast.
Y'all
But
are-
so those cousins, we were having a
Wait,
mud
between
fight.
between all y'all, who was the dumb one who was like encouraging everyone else to do the stupid stuff? Was that like you or one of the cousins?
If it was anyone, it was me, just because I was the oldest, and if I started doing it, they wanted to as well.
Right.
I think we were all equally dumb. It's just I always got to it first.
I guess that makes you
So,
the bad influence.
Yeah, I'm the bad influence.
Great.
But anyway, so these same cousins have a really cool backyard. They have like a 3-story tree house, a zip line, no joke. It is cool. But anyway, we were having a mud fight in their tree house. It's like a paintball arena. It gives me the same vibes. But this was even messier. So I'm wearing a white t-shirt, and I'm a mess. I go down, and my dad's like, hey, no more mud fights. Don't do that. So we tell our cousins not to anymore. And immediately, the older of the two cousins reaches down from the little, they have this, like, creek in their backyard, picks up a ball of mud, and chucks it straight at me, and then my sister. We both take mud to the chest. We go back to tell our dad that happened, but he didn't know, so we got in trouble for getting mud thrown at us. It was fun. Those cousins are great, but I feel like the most times I've gotten in trouble was like at their house because they have so much cool stuff there that you're not supposed to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a good.
What's
thing.
the point of having like cotton candy in a room if you're not allowed to jump into it, right?
Exactly.
Or eat it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, imagine.
Oh, it'd be like eating
I
poison
wonder if
ivy.
it would like kind of dissolve in your mouth just like cotton candy. I bet it like kind of would.
Yeah.
Then it would turn into glass
And you're just
shards.
I bet you would die if you actually ingested enough of it.
Enough, yeah. But if it was like a little, like a pinch,
Yes, a pinch of fiberglass.
you could die.
Yes.
I wonder if it would like cut up like your insides or not. Cause
Maybe teeny tiny cuts that would cause internal bleeding,
yeah, and,
leading
like
to your death like
infections
a
or
week
something.
later.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's move on.
Okay, so, listeners, y'all know about the whole toothbrush situation and what happened a little while ago.
If you
And
don't,
if you
go
don't,
back and listen to every single episode so you can find it.
no, I mean, no, I'm nice. If you haven't, that means you didn't listen to episode 31. It's called When Things Got Uncomfortable. So go listen to that one and then come back and listen to this one. So, anyway, if you're still here, that means you've already listened to it, or you're cheating, and we don't like cheaters around here. Anyway.
No, we like you.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, anyway.
Anyway, her brother used her toothbrush for like a really long time.
Yes, but I didn't know it until I did, and fun stuff. Anyway. Okay, so, let's pick up right after I basically go snitch on my brother, and I know snitches get stitches and all that stuff, but, you know, I needed a new toothbrush. So, I asked my parents for a new toothbrush, right? Because I needed one, and he basically had to keep the old one.
I still feel like that's not right.
He actually has a new toothbrush now, but I think it's just because he like lost the old one or something. And he honestly
if my parents
didn't
maybe
care
used
that
the old
much.
one, I would have been. I mean,
No.
if he doesn't care, like
No,
that's
he
one
didn't.
thing.
Like,
but I would care
yeah.
a whole. I'd be like,
No.
I guess I'm not brushing
If
my
he
teeth.
did care, my parents would give. They,
Yeah.
like,
Oh
make
yeah.
him
I don't
use
touch
the
that. I don't touch
toothbrush.
that.
Yeah.
I guess it's more like I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah,
You know?
like you would care.
Yeah.
He just kind of didn't, but yeah. So he kept the old one, and I went and I asked my parents for a new one. And the first issue was they gave me a toothbrush that looked exactly like the last one.
Wait. What?
So, like, I don't know who does that. Like, in order to, like, solve the problem, they gave me, like
They just gave you more
like,
problems.
I know. It's like, what? That's... Okay.
At least it'll distract you from the original problem.
Yeah, totally. No. But, you know, I'm smart, and so in order to, like, differentiate between the two, I take a Sharpie and I draw little, like, black lines all over the front of the toothbrush. So it's fine. But the second issue is that the front of the toothbrush is kind of this, like, soft, rubbery plastic. And over time, well, I mean, like, a short amount of time, over, like, a week, after me using it, because, you know, I brush my teeth twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, because, you know, hygiene, all that good stuff. After, like, about a week, I basically had rubbed off all the lines. And so, I guess you're thinking, like, oh no, he's gonna use it again. No, I just drew the lines back on. Because, again, we're smart. Like, I'm smart. You know, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, this rotation happens a couple of times, you know? Like, I rub all the lines off, and then I draw them back
Lines
on.
off.
Lines off.
Lines
Lines
off.
off.
Lines off.
Okay. And so, yeah, that happens a couple times. And then, one day, this was the same time we stayed at, Destin's house. So, you know, I packed my little, like, toiletries bag, and, you know, I had my toothbrush and my toothpaste and all that stuff. And what I had been doing was I was staying upstairs, but I used the downstairs bathroom, because the upstairs bathroom is where everyone else was using it, and, you know, I think only one sink was working at the time, or something like that. So I would take... Yeah. So I would take my bag and go downstairs to, like, brush my teeth and wash my face and all that stuff. So, yeah, I did that. You know, it was, like, the second night... Or, you know, the first night, I take my bag down, I take out my toothbrush, I brush my teeth. The second night, I take my bag down, I pick my toothbrush off the countertop, and I brush my teeth. And, you know, I finished brushing my teeth, I put my toothbrush down, and I realize that it's not my toothbrush.
Uh-oh.
I had now used my brother's toothbrush. That was my toothbrush. After he used the toothbrush, that was my toothbrush. because we had gotten the same toothbrush.
Imagine if your brother goes to your parents, Mom, I need a new toothbrush.
I know!
I use mine, and then it's back to you.
I know, and I get it. So instead of taking the toothbrush out of my toiletries bag, I brought my toiletries bag down, washed my face, but instead of taking my toothbrush out, I just picked up the one that looked like my toothbrush, brushed my teeth with it, didn't realize until I was, like, rinsing it off, and I was like, there are no lines on this toothbrush. What have I done? And you know what? I never told him. I never told him. He now has a new toothbrush, I think. I'm not sure. But I
How
never
long
told
ago
him.
was this?
This was like
a month ago.
Something like that. Yeah. So
Oof.
it's just a back and forth thing. And I mean,
battle.
honestly, it's like my fault partly, but then it's also.
Aren't you supposed to change out your toothbrush like every 2 weeks?
No, it's
No.
every 3 months.
I mean, I
supposed
think
to change
every
the height of your toothbrush
as soon
every
as
3
like the
months.
bristles get all weird, then
Okay, my bristles never get weird. My bristles always stay perfectly
either
fine.
you're not brushing well enough, or
No, it's just
you
I get.
have a really weird.
No, he has no
toothbrush.
teeth because he's an infant.
That's right.
I only drink orange juice. That's what I live off of. No, so
What?
it's just I brush my teeth 2 times a day,
Yeah.
but like the bristles of my toothbrush never get all bent. Like I don't know. I
Well,
do
you
have
can
like
brush your
special
teeth.
toothbrush.
Especially because you have braces, then
Well, I do have a special toothbrush.
it's not Quip though. It's not Quip though.
What's not Quip?
Your toothbrush.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
I
But is
have-
it the electric one?
Yes.
You've been using the electric one, even with your braces.
I used it once this past week, and
Did it
No.
work though? Did it work well?
no, I mean, okay, so no, it worked
Like
really
driving
well.
a Tesla in your mouth.
Yeah, so it's like I drove a Tesla in my mouth,
Ow.
but then
That would kind of hurt.
I like it didn't get inside my braces. It like cleaned the top of my teeth really well, but then I still had some food like in between the braces, so I had to get like a really flexible toothbrush.
Ew. Yeah.
And use my water floss. The funny thing about that is I ate Dot's pretzels, honey mustard flavored. They're not as good as the original one. They're
Ew.
still really
Honey
good.
mustard is gross though.
I have
would
never
agree with you.
had it.
So anyway, I ate these pretzels, right? They're yellow because the seasoning and stuff. So I eat them, then I go brush my teeth with my Quip. This is the first time I've used it in like a long time because I got my braces. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna use this today. Guess what? When I'm done brushing my teeth, my toothbrush is yellow
Ew.
because of the seasoning on the pretzels.
Is it still yellow?
It's
Like
still yellow.
Stained it yellow.
It stained it yellow.
That's disgusting.
It's really gross. I'm like, well, I'm not using that anymore.
It was probably kind of expensive too.
What?
'Cause it's like driving a Tesla in your mouth. You know?
No, for like $5 you can get a new head.
Oh, okay. So it's just like the electric.
Yeah.
part.
Oh, guess what? Okay, so my mom got me not the Tesla. I got a Tesla, by the way. No, my mom got me the Quip, for my birthday because I really wanted it.
Happy birthday, you get a toothbrush.
Well, I wanted one because I was like, yo, I want to,
Tesla.
Have you seen that one toothbrush that literally looks like a set of dentures that brushes
Yes.
all your teeth?
Oh,
that
it's
one
like,
is not very good actually.
yeah.
Like
It doesn't look like it would be. Like it
Yeah,
looks
it's just
cool,
like little-
but like you don't get any movement.
You know, like those little
Yeah.
like fake plastic bugs that like vibrate and have got the little silicone feet that just kind of like scoot around everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's basically what that is, except it's like a row.
And
of
it has,
weird
like, toothpaste on
weird,
it.
and you just like, yeah,
It's definitely pointless.
yeah. No, I watched a dentist video, so
Oh, I
know
watched
that's
the
true.
same
So
video.
yeah,
You watch dentist videos?
No, it's called the
Dentist.
dentist.
You watch dentist videos?
Okay, anyway, let me finish my story. So, you get a free, like, head replacement with extra
I need a
toothpaste
new head replacement.
for the toothbrush, like, every 3 months, but you only get one of them. So, like, you order your toothbrush, 3 months later, they give you a free head and toothpaste replacement. Okay? So, I brush my teeth, and it's yellow. So I'm like, hey, Mom, you ordered this for me. It's been 3 months. Do you happen to have, like, the head replacement so I can replace it because it's yellow? And she was like, so actually, I ordered that a long time before your birthday, and I gave that head to your brother.
But he doesn't even have a Quip toothbrush.
Yeah, he does. And
he does?
He's got a Quip toothbrush with 3 heads and 3 toothpaste bottles. And one of them is mine.
Well,
And
he didn't
does
use
he use
it.
all of
Yes, he uses all of them.
Why? He just like switches them out.
No, he
like this is my morning head and my afternoon head.
No, he used one and then he got another one. He used that one and then he got mine and he used that one.
Man.
I know, and
So
I'm kind of upset. I have to wait like a long time until like I can actually use my Quip, and then she'll buy me another one. But I'm still upset about that. Anyway, that was a long tangent. We're gonna end this episode. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.